That's right, folks. The Monkey Box is back. This is my mission to rank and review every monkey movie ever made. And today we're covering the Skateboarding Monkey Trilogy, also known as MVP Most Valuable Primate, MVP 2 Most Vertical Primate, and MXP Most Extreme Primate. Hardcore Monkey Box fans may recall that I already did a video about MVP 1, but that episode was highly controversial, and I think I know why. It was a collaboration with my friend Weekend Warrior, and while I covered MVP, he reviewed Air Bud since they were made by the same production company. And in retrospect, it seems obvious where I messed up.
So folks, I swear this to you. I will never allow the review of a dog movie on this channel ever again. I made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize.
Anyway, here's a quick recap of MVP 1. We've got Jack. He's a smart monkey. He can speak sign language. He roller skates with a janitor. Scientists want to inject him with hepatitis, so the janitor sends him to Canada. He befriends a deaf girl and plays a lot of hockey. The hijinks was a 7. The performance was an 8. The movie was a 4, and the final score was 19 out of 30. But that's enough about shit we've already reviewed. Let's move on to one of the greatest monkey movies in history, MVP 2. Despite being the skateboard movie, this film's opening 20 minutes jam-packs more monkey hockey action than the entirety of the previous film. That's right, the Skateboarding Monkey movie is a better monkey hockey movie than the actual monkey hockey movie. And we're even given better comedy bits. We've got Jack in the locker room eating the bugs from his teammates' back hair. He spins around like a tornado to knock out enemy players. Between hockey games, he's gambling with the team, winning big money on hands of Go Fish. He's getting drunk at the Sunday bar. Jack even sends his family back home a gift package full of merch. And we get a literal episode of Monkey's Mailbag. But uh-oh, the coach of a rival hockey team called the Carjackers thinks that the racial purity of hockey has been violated by allowing a monkey on the ice. So he comes up with an evil plan where a player fills his hand with ketchup and then claims the monkey bit him. And even though Jack can speak sign language as established in the previous film, at no point does he attempt to communicate his innocence. And he instead stands there like a dumbass while the crowd boos him.
Oh, he bit me! The chip bit me! The chip bit my player! What happened? He bit me!
Jack is overwhelmed by the false accusations and media frenzy, so he runs away and sleeps in a dumpster. And then the next morning, a garbage truck lifts Jack's dumpster up. But instead of dumping the trash into the compactor and brutally killing Jack in a bloody monkey mess, it just drives around the city with a dumpster on the front and then drops it off somewhere else for no reason. Boy, I sure do hope someone got fired for that blunder. Jack then finds a homeless child who lives in an abandoned pool shed, and they bond over a shared love of skateboarding. And this is when the monkey hijinks and monkey performance start going off the charts. Listen, ice skating is kinda cool if you're a middle schooler in Minnesota. But skateboarding? It's basically the single coolest thing anyone has ever done. And this movie features a plethora of high-quality skateboarding monkey footage. To see this in a movie theater on the big screen must have been as majestic as seeing 2001: A Space Odyssey in IMAX. Obviously, I'm only talking about the monkey scenes. Jack and the homeless boy build ramps to transform their empty pool into a skate park. Plus, they skate through alleyways and city streets, going through pipes and ramping over dumpsters, and causing confusion for obese police officers.
What the?
Meanwhile, back at the monkey preserve, Jack's brother Louie decides to get in on the hijinks. He wants to find his missing brother, so he hitchhikes his way into an old man's camper and even takes over driving duty. And you can't have a children's animal movie without a scene making a huge mess in the kitchen, or a scene where people get splattered with a thick, gooey, cum-like substance. And this film delivers both at the same time, with everyone's third favorite Family Feud host, Richard Karn, getting a sloppy monkey facial.
You want to whip up some pancakes?
Thankfully, Air Bud Studios had the restraint to only splatter adults this time.
So, can I keep them?
My question is, when are we getting Steve Harvey in a monkey movie so that a monkey can splatter cum on his face? His various extended family members have worked on many a monkey movie, but he has yet to partake in the family tradition. Preposterous, I say. Hashtag monkey cum shot for Steve Harvey. Let's get it trending, people. Jack's brother Louis finally makes it to the hockey stadium, and Jack's racist teammates assume they're the same chimp. I guess to you white boys, all us monkeys look alike. Which leads to delightful buffoonery, as Louis fails to emulate Jack's hockey skills. When it comes to monkey hijinks, a monkey being skilled at hockey is one thing. But what these animal sports movies too often leave unrealized is monkey hijinks in its true essence, such as a monkey who doesn't know how to play hockey participating in a professional hockey game. And as an elevated sequel, this film has the brilliance to give us both.
Jack is back. Who's him back? What's wrong with Jack? That's all right, Jack. Just a little rusty. 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 Just a little rusty.
There's a skateboarding contest where the winner gets $1,000. So Jack and his homeless child friend enter the competition and they win. And then the cops escort Jack to the hockey game so he can win that too. And the film hits us with back-to-back championship-level monkey skateboarding and monkey hockey playing. Not since Dunstan checked in have I felt that a movie so properly utilized a wide variety of monkey hijinks, monkey skills, and monkey thrills. So in terms of monkey hijinks, I'm giving this one the coveted 10 out of 10. When it comes to monkey performance, the footage speaks for itself. I can't skateboard, and I definitely can't ice skate. If a monkey is expertly showcasing skills that I can't do, that's impressive. And it isn't just the sports abilities that make this performance incredible. There are heartfelt emotional moments here, like when Jack decides to leave home to play hockey professionally and he shares a sorrowful goodbye with his brother. When Jack is falsely accused of biting someone, you can see the fear and sadness in his eyes. You can feel the desperation as he shakes his head to convey his innocence. Basically, this monkey is a better athlete and a better actor than me and probably most of you. So in terms of monkey performance, it's gotta be another 10 out of 10. This film has a weird character that kind of breaks the rules of the universe, and I think it's supposed to be some sort of commentary about the leadership at Air Bud Studios. Being a kids' movie, this film approaches topics like depression and alcoholism with cartoon logic. For example, when the star player of the hockey team is overshadowed by a monkey, we watch as his life falls apart, and he ends up chocolate-wasted at the Sunday bar in a silly parody of a real alcoholic in a real bar.
Another chocolate?
Sure. Make it a double.
But there's one character who does drink real alcohol. The owner of the hockey team, a man named Bud.
Pleased to meet you, Jack. You can call me Bud.
And Bud is pushing hard to get Jack back as a permanent player on the team. The coach doesn't want the monkey on the team and sees him more as a mascot than a valued player. But as the team owner, Bud forces his underlings to partake in monkey hijinks. And naturally, Jack is hugely successful. And this leads to the aforementioned champagne celebration. Now, if Bud was toasting his success with banana juice or something, that would make sense. But it's champagne. hard, real alcohol, a blatant subversion of the film's established rules. Is this just a meta-reflection on the success of the original film, or does it suggest something dark, something adult, about the supposedly child-friendly Air Bud Studios? Perhaps a millionaire expanding his wealth on the back of a hard-working monkey who literally doesn't get paid isn't something worth celebrating, even if the hijinks is off the charts. There is a huge ethical difference between casting a dog in a movie and casting a monkey. And perhaps some employees at Air Bud Studios didn't take too kindly to the branching film series. Dog actors have it easy. They can work cradle to grave, their stunts are piss easy, and when they retire, they get to be loved by a family. Monkey actors have it rough. You see, monkey actors are only useful when they're young and weak, so they're taken away from their mother early in life to be put to work as an infant slave. And if you're familiar with the Pit of Despair experiment, you know how important a mother's love is to a baby monkey. Once they turn about 8 years old, they get too powerful and aggressive for the liberals in Hollywood to handle. So they're sold off to cheap roadside zoos or monkey research facilities where they're isolated and abused for their remaining 60 years of life, psychologically tortured by their childhood glory days of skateboarding and cum shots. Plus, monkeys aren't as brain dead as dogs and have about 90% more free will. So oftentimes they would refuse to perform, and it was common for trainers to physically harm and even starve monkeys until they obeyed. All of this lifetime pain and misery just so Mr. Air Bud could fatten his wallet and pop open the champagne. He's not getting drunk at the Sunday bar because this isn't a joke. He's getting rich off the suffering of humanity's closest ally, and as the grinning viewers clapping from our couches, we're all culpable. Anyway, we've still got to review the monkey snowboarding movie, so let's wrap this one up. In terms of overall movie quality, I give this one a 6 out of 10, giving it a final score of 26 out of 30, landing it in second place on our list. The third and final MVP movie isn't an MVP movie at all. Jack is back, but now he's the MXP, the most extreme primate. I guess snowboarding isn't really a team sport, so you can't exactly be the MVP. But I think it's equally inaccurate to classify snowboarding as extreme, especially considering the lackluster stunts we see in this movie. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the monkey snowboarding in this movie was so shit, it made me miss hockey. Thankfully, the film does provide some quality monkey hijinks, so let's dive in. Prejudice against monkeys is running rampant. As punishment for embarrassing Whitey time and time again, Jack has been banned from the National Hockey League, and is now depressingly reliving the glory days with a scrapbook. Get used to this, buddy. Next year, you're getting sold to the University of Washington. However, the low-key MVP of this movie series, Jack's brother Louie, has a big surprise in store that will cure Jack of his depression. It's a trip to Mexico, which gives Jack an excuse to wear a Mario Odyssey costume for the majority of the film. Just the sight of a monkey in full Mexican attire opens every floodgate of endorphins in my brain in ways that heroin never could. As you can probably guess, there's not much snowboarding to be done in Mexico. There's a monkey mix-up at the airport when Jack gets distracted while shoplifting at a local kiosk. And in true Home Alone fashion, his family boards the plane without him. And since Jack forgot that he's fluent in a human language, he does little to argue when accidentally placed on a flight to Colorado. When he lands, there's a Mexican food truck parked at the airport, and Jack climbs in the back thinking that it's Mexico. Jack ends up hiding in a Mexican restaurant, and he improves their dishes by spitting candy onto people's food. The teenagers are so thankful that they invite Jack to live with them while their dad is out of town. From here we get lots of fun bits, like Jack playing a snowboarding video game and beating the shit out of the controller when he loses. Very relatable monkey rage.
Knuckle dragger!
The boys forbid Jack from going in their dad's bedroom, so naturally Jack uses the bed as his own, he takes a shower, he uses the blow dryer and even deep throats it while the hot air is blowing, which is fucking crazy, and the parent in a children's animal movie wouldn't be fully violated without their toothbrush getting used. I always love it when a monkey is watching a monkey movie and laughing his ass off.
It's just Jay and I, me and Jay, just us two.
It's basically the most literally me a movie could possibly be. Those are the main hijinks in the movie, other than the snowboarding, which, again, there's not a whole lot of it, and it was pretty lame, and I didn't like it. It's really no wonder why this movie was straight to VHS when the other two were released in theaters. In terms of monkey hijinks, it's probably for the best that there was minimal snowboarding action, because that time was better used on better hijinks. So I'll give this one a 6 out of 10. For some reason, Hollywood thinks we want to see our greatest heroes elderly, past their prime, and depressed. Thankfully, Jack has the acting chops to pull it off. And the opening scenes, while entirely tasteless, showcase the brutal reality of monkey depression. He's just laying in bed, drowning in misery. And they even do the fly metaphor 6 full years before Breaking Bad. Absolutely groundbreaking performance and filmmaking. When teased with his big surprise, Jack violently spasms in gleeful anticipation. And you can see the determination on his face when he decides to become a snowboarder. All in all, a masterful monkey performance as usual. But the stunt work this time around was a little less impressive. So in terms of monkey performance, I'm giving this one a 7 out of 10. The film itself is your standard moving plot, with a kid character feeling lonely and sad because he misses his old friends. So he decides the best course of action must be to reject every opportunity at socialization.
Hey, they're all down at the lodge having hot chocolate. You should go.
No, I better head home.
It's frustrating to watch, as it always is with this cookie-cutter plot, but at least they subvert it slightly. Usually the victim of moving rejects his new classmates, but then welcomes companionship from the animal hero of the film. But this little bastard is so antisocial that he rejects Jack too.
You should go home, little guy.
I'm sorry, but if a monkey in a sombrero is asking you for help and you abandon him, you're the most despicable character in cinematic history. And I've seen every World War II movie. The only other moments that stick out are the Mexican jokes. Since Jack is wearing a sombrero, people assume he's from Mexico, and he's often referred to as a Mexican chimp.
You got a Mexican chimp in your house.
And later when the bad guys want to kidnap Jack, they disguise themselves as Mexicans.
Bro, it's definitely not Dad. We saw the news report. Yay, bless. We come to take Jack home to back to Mexico. Government of Mexico. Oh, this does look official.
Obviously, this movie is a step down from MVP 2, so much so that they couldn't justify a theatrical release. So in terms of overall movie quality, I'm giving this one a 5 out of 10, giving it a final score of 18 out of 30, landing it in 5th place on our list. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, folks.